Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Today, we're going to take a look at what happens when someone who is overweight tells someone who is thin that they have thin privilege, despite the fact that the person who is thin worked hard to get there. If you would like to join us on the Discord server, the link is right here. You'll find me in there fairly regularly speaking, sometimes on voice chat, sometimes on text. Let us proceed with the applying of comb to mustache. She's about to respond to this comment that says, calling it a privilege is discrediting the work put in. I didn't lose the weight by chance. I wasn't born thin. It took loads work. A very valid comment. There's no privilege to it. You worked hard and you got the result of your hard work. When you study for the test and you pass, are you privileged to pass the test, or do you deserve that grade? You deserve that grade, my friend. You deserve the result of your hard work. Let's go.
Okay, I will say, once again, as I said before, no one is discrediting the hard work that you put in to get a smaller body. What we are saying, though, is that the fact that you have a smaller body now, regardless of whether it was large before, but the fact that you have a smaller body now is a privilege.
Oh, okay. So you're not privileged because you did the hard work and got the reward for your hard work. You're privileged because you did the hard work and got a smaller body, and now you're in a smaller body and have privilege. Wait, what? I'm sorry, what is how you just said any different from what they just accused you of saying? You're just saying the same thing but worded slightly different. You're like, I didn't say that it's privilege when you do the hard work to lose weight and you do lose weight. I'm just saying that when you are thin, then you have privilege. Okay, did they not do the hard work to get thin and then therefore deserve the rewards for their effort? So anybody who is thin, whether you worked for it or not, experiences a level of privilege that fat people don't get to enjoy. Of course, privilege is when somebody has an unfair advantage over others and it's unjust. I wouldn't call somebody getting rewarded for their efforts privilege. And just so you know, those of us who are thin don't live a privileged life at all, okay? When I go out into the street, nobody comes and hands me the key to the city. You know what privilege you get when you get to be thin? More work. Like, oh, you're thin now. Oh, shoot, you're really capable now. Here's a shovel. Like that. That's what society has for you. The more capable you become, the more work there is for you. Okay, so that's the privilege that the rest of us are enjoying. Man, Bob's a really hard worker. He really gets a lot done. Yeah, he does. Give him some more work.
Thin bodies come with privileges that fat bodies do not.
Thin bodies don't come with anything. I didn't order a Happy Meal and it came with a thin body, okay? And your fat body didn't come from nowhere either. You cultivated this physique, my friend, from years of neglect. And then you have the audacity to tell people that when they actually restrain themselves from eating like garbage and actually do the hard work of losing weight, that they now have some sort of privilege?
For one thing, people don't go to thin creators' pages and leave terrible comments about that.
Oh, yeah, they do. I saw Splotchmaker duetting with somebody because they were making some sort of keto burger bites or something. And she was like, oh my goodness, free yourself from this disgusting, delicious burger or whatever. And I'm just like, what? Did we watch the same video? Burger is good, dude. Meat is good. But the point is that person was just trying to share their keto recipe. And a lot of larger-bodied women seem to be triggered and angry by other women who are not as larger-bodied anymore, living their best lives and sharing their secrets for success.
Or at least not as often. You can fit in airplane seats or...
Yeah, because we didn't just keep eating. You know what else we could do? Not overdose on alcohol. When you eat so much that you can't fit into the infrastructure that we've designed for average people between sizes X and Y, that's all you. That's your problem. So let's just say that we did go ahead and make some larger airline seats for you. When does it end? Are you going to promise us all that you will stay able to fit into this seat for the rest of time? Or next year, are we going to have to make it a little bigger still because you're still going? Like, and all of your friends who don't think there's anything wrong with eating to ill health and never taking care of our physique in the slightest, to such a degree that we need to change the whole world. Are you going to be happy with the larger seat one time, or then we're going to have to make it bigger again and again? Or should we just make the seat capable of holding a person that's 1,000 pounds, like right from the start? Because we know that you could get there one day. Although, what would a seat like that look like? This couch. This will be the new airline seat. So, okay, so here's what we could do. We could have airline seats where, like, if you're obese, you can buy this one seat. Or, if you're not obese, you and your family of 3 can buy this one seat and all sit in it. That kind of works. Although you have to pay for 3 tickets, though. I mean, if 3 people can fit in that one seat when you're not in it, then you have to pay for 3 seats. I mean, this is just... I'm trying to be accommodating here. I'm trying to help you out. So, I'm fully in favor of couches on planes. Abso-freaking-lutely. And, you know, I don't think just obese people would be in favor of that. I think we could all get down with that. But like I said, you're paying extra.
In roller coasters, you're treated with respect and your issues at the doctor's office are taken seriously instead of being chalked up to being, you know, what they consider overweight. You can walk into any clothing store and find clothing that will fit your body.
Yeah, that's what happens when you take care of yourself. You can fit into normal human-sized clothes, and you can go to the doctor and be like, I have an illness. And he's like, oh my God, what's going on here? Let's take a look. Yeah, because if you go to the doctor as an overweight person and you're there frequently, he's going to be like, yeah, the illness that you're experiencing is obesity. It is a chronic and acute condition all at the same time. The reason why you're tired all the time is because your hormones are all out of whack. Your internal organs have a bunch of pressure on them 24/7 and a myriad of other problems. That's why you're experiencing this general malaise just to exist within this skin, because you are experiencing a deadly condition every day. And every day that you're not working to fix this condition or like reduce the size of your body is a day that nobody else should be helping you either, because you're not helping yourself. The day that you start trying to help yourself, others maybe will try to help you too.
You aren't at risk of losing your job because you are once again deemed too big.
Losing your job because you were deemed too big. So you're implying that you started at a job and your size was okay, and then after working there for a while, eventually they deem that you were too large to work there. So like when you start asking for larger chairs, is that when they get rid of you? So if you've already been working there for a while and then one day they just determine that you're too big now, it has to be something with infrastructure, right? When you start requesting larger and larger chairs, you're like, yo, this regular office chair ain't doing it no more. And they're like, what? We got to spend 3 times more for a chair that will support you. And you're doing half the work that everybody else does because you are constantly going to the bathroom and it takes you 20 minutes to walk from the copier to your desk. When we look at things from purely a business standpoint, we can see that there's no feelings involved. If you take longer to do something, that's it.
Which is an actual thing that is true in many.
It's an actual thing that is true, yeah. One day they came and said, you know what, Esmeralda? Oh, I know, your name is Bethany. You know what, Bethany? I've noticed that you've been getting a little too large. A little larger than we would like. Yeah, we're going to have to let you go. And we're going to have a hell of a time putting this on the reason for why we let you go. You're definitely getting that unemployment. You're definitely getting the maximum amount on your unemployment because this is not a legitimate reason to get rid of somebody. Like if they thought you were too big to work there, they would just not hire you to begin with. I've been in a position to hire people before, and I can tell you that people can come up with any reason at all to not hire you, and they won't tell you that it's because of your weight, so you would never know. You can assume that like they didn't hire me because I was fat, or they fired me because I was fat or something, but that's not it. Dude, I could not hire you or get rid of you for any reason that I make up, just like a cop, you know, like on some trumped up charges. I'm like, man, you've been late too many times this week. They're like, what? I'm on time every day. Like, yeah, sorry, gotta let you go. I would never do that. And don't worry, I'm not in a position to hire anybody anymore. Don't worry, I have no authority over anybody anymore. We got rid of that. I couldn't handle that shit. No, I'm just kidding.
States. Having a smaller body is a privilege. It
is. Having it like in a suitcase that you carry around with you. I'm not like in my body, and this body is not me, but I do have a thinner body that I carry around with me for special occasions in case I need to bust it out, you know. When I get sick of living in a larger body, I bust out the thin one and I wear it as like a skin suit, like freaking Buffalo Bill.
It doesn't matter how it became small, whether it was small from the beginning.
It doesn't matter how it became small. You have thin privilege now. Yeah, it doesn't matter how you lost the weight or became small, as they put losing weight. I don't know why you would say became small. That's a funny way of saying lose weight, huh? They have like the most bizarre way of saying everything, like the most mentally unstimulating way of saying. They have such a way with words to just try to disconnect from reality. If you could like get high on words and dissociate from reality using just language alone, you would want to observe the fat acceptance movement. Like if you don't have access to any mind-bending drugs or anything, you know, you're just like, well, dude, I feel like I want to have like an out-of-body experience. Like I want to like see other realms and shit, dog. Like, all right, dog, don't worry. I ain't got no drugs, but I do have internet. So come with me, my friend. And then you bust open some TikToks from Aubrey Hoffer and Hannah and all these people. Just the word salad will start to create cognitive dissonance where your mind will just start to leave. You go do 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 do. Like you'll start to reach an altered state similar to DMT. But you got to go through a lot of pain to reach that epiphany. Is it worth it? Yeah. The high is unlike anything that you've ever felt. All right, what the fuck are we talking about?
Or whether you put in the work and made it smaller.
Oh, right. She's trying to justify her own lack of effort by saying that people that do work are just getting privileged without doing work. This is like me calling out someone who's bilingual. Like, you know what? I don't want to learn that language anyway, dude. It's stupid. You're privileged to know 2 languages. Actually, no, I put in the work and I continue to use my brain to process both of these languages. Yeah, I know, but, you know, it is privilege. Yeah, I know you put in a bunch of hard work and had self-control to attain that physique, but, you have privilege. So screw all the hard work that you did. I'm going to use language that completely minimalizes all the hard work that you've done because I don't want to do any. Me, somebody who needs to do the hard work, is going to take the piss out of people who have actually done the work, even though I'm not doing it. I swear to God, it's such a jealous look, homie. So jealous. It's like me getting mad at dudes that are too buff at the gym. Like, yeah, man, screw that guy. He's probably on steroids. Which is true. They are all on steroids, those sons of bitches. But my point remains... Now, I just start turning into a hater. I'm like, yeah, wait a minute. Those motherfuckers are on steroids. Fuck them being all buff and shit. Cocksuckers. And then I become all bitter. And that's my origin story. I was a normal person, and then I was watching some fat acceptance, and their rhetoric just started to soak into my brain. And I was like, wait a minute. You know what? There was that one time I didn't get that chick. And I'm fucking mad about that, or whatever the fuck. You know what? People have been shitting on me for a while now and discounting me and not taking me serious. Screw dudes that are You just start tying all your personal feelings of inadequacy into this other target group that we can bash or whatever. It's going to be the buff dudes for me. They're all on steroids, sons of bitches. For this chick, it's the thin people. I'm surprised she didn't say they all tweaked it off or something. They all did meth to lose the weight. And, or say it was disordered. Yeah, this chick honestly isn't even a pro. What you should have said was, it is a privilege to be thin because you guys used disordered eating to get there. Oh, ooh. Yeah, you guys wish I was on your side. You ain't got no stangers like that. I got stangers that'll sting you.
It's a privilege. Not to mention that not everyone has the ability to get smaller bodies. Not everyone can lose weight for whatever reason.
Dude, if you can afford this $1,000 phone in your damn hand, and you have what looks to be like some sort of like grandma decor in your home, this indicates to me you're not living out on the street eating out of the dumpster. So therefore, you have the capability to eat right and or exercise, madame. You're like, I don't have the privilege to go to the gym. How bizarre. How bizarre.
And there are people like myself who aren't interested in losing weight, but that doesn't mean that we don't deserve respect. And
you're not interested in losing weight? I don't know if y'all remember, but this is the girl from the video quite a while back where she was talking about going to the gym and like the thin girls at the gym taking selfies and stuff and being like, Stairmasters are for fat girls. Let's wait for the treadmill to open up. I don't know if you guys remember that. It was quite a while back. But so yeah, she's like, I'm not interested in weight loss. Okay, then what were you doing at the gym? And what were you doing getting triggered by people that you perceived to be making fun of you when you were at the gym? Because that was also in there. She's like saying, yeah, people are making fun of you if you're fat at the gym, making fun of you for being on the elliptical because you should be on the freaking treadmill because the elliptical's for fat girls or whatever. I don't know. There was a whole thing. So you did go to the gym to try to lose weight or something. You just didn't do a good job and now you're doing this or whatever.
And to be treated like a human. And I think the biggest thing about this thread.
So you want to be treated like a human, but you want to discredit the hard work that somebody else did to lose weight and say that they have privilege instead of a reward for their hard work. I'd say that you're not treating this other person very human by crapping all over them because their hard work is reminding you of your own inadequacies. And you know, we all love to wallow in our own crapulence, but you don't need to crap on others to try to justify your behavior. You could just be like, yeah, I was wrong to call it privilege, okay? People put in hard work to lose weight. It was wrong to call it privilege. If you can fit in the airline seat after months and months of restraint and work at the gym, then I guess you freaking earned it, huh? That's what you should have said.
Is if this is affecting you so much, it might be a good idea to ask yourself why.
What? Dude, this is very ironic. It seems to affect you a lot. This person is just straight up saying, yo, water is wet. And you're like, well, actually, if you look at it through the lens, it's like, no, dog, it's not privilege, homie. There's no word salad that we can spew out of our mouths to make all the stuff that you just said make any sense. It doesn't. And it's lies. It's a fabrication. People that lost weight, there's no privilege for them, okay? It's a reward for your hard work. You earned it, champ. Go ahead, take a fucking load off.
Why are you so triggered with this? Why is your first response to defend yourself?
Why is your first response to defend yourself? That is such a bizarre thing to say. So when I attack you with a bunch of stupid nonsense, why are you defending yourself? I told you that your hard work was privilege that you don't deserve. And now you're trying to defend yourself with facts? This is embarrassing. I'm embarrassed for you. You're like literally defending the hard work that you did. I can't believe this is ridiculous. I'm not triggered at all by your weight loss. You're triggered. Okie dokie.
That might be something to look into.
Oh my goodness. I'm going to go ahead and use your guys' language. You're projecting. Okay, you're projecting here, madam. Bethany, do better.
But no one's discrediting you here. No one's attacking you here. So.
Yeah, you did. I think you need to look up what the word privilege means. Privilege, noun. A right, immunity, or benefit enjoyed by a particular person or a restricted group of people beyond the advantages of most. The unearned and mostly unacknowledged societal advantage that a restricted group of people has over another group. You see, this says unearned, mostly unacknowledged. See, the first one says enjoyed by a particular person or restricted group of people beyond the advantages of most. Okay, so you have access to the same stuff to lose weight that everybody else did, so there's no privilege there. And the second one says the unearned and mostly unacknowledged societal advantage that a restricted group of people has over another group. So all the thin people that I know that used to be overweight and did the hard work to lose weight, there was no societal advantage that enabled that. It was their own hard work, determination. A special right, immunity, or exemption granted to persons in authority or office to free them from certain obligations or liabilities. Well, I can tell you that I don't have any of that stuff either. No special rights, immunities, no exemptions. Oh no. A grant to an individual, corporation, etc. of a special right or immunity under certain conditions. The principle or condition of enjoying special rights or immunities. Yes, it did come down to me reading the definitions of the word privilege. We all knew it would come to that eventually, didn't we? Like, I was hoping that I wouldn't have to, like, literally do this. I feel like by reading out that definition, I like, just got a chalkboard and just started, like, drawing shit on there, like, connecting the shit that, like, you should have fucking known already. It looks like I'm doing some complex ass equation back here and shit, but I'm just writing the definition of the word privilege, which you should know. You should have known for many, many years. If you carry the y and there's a remainder of 4, this says that,
It's okay.
No, you need to know that it's okay. It's okay to acknowledge that you don't feel like putting in the hard work. It's cool. It's also okay to acknowledge that you don't have the knowledge about diet to get the results that you're looking for. It's also okay to acknowledge that we've tried in the past to lose weight and failed, and now we don't know where to go. If you acknowledge all these things, then you're at a place of healing. You're like, yo, I don't know where else to go, man. I've tried everything. I got nothing left. Then boom, let me help you. The people who have accomplished something that you have failed at doing are not the people that you should be ridiculing. This ridicule should be reserved for yourself. You're outwardly aiming your internal fat phobia. That should be like, this is a classic example of you trying to externalize your internalized fat phobia. You should be fat phobic against yourself and your lack of effort, but you're externalizing it and demonizing these people who did put in the effort.
It's okay. You can say you have privilege. That's not a bad thing.
No, it is bad. It's unearned. And it implies societal advantages and all this other whack nonsense. Anybody that's like, yeah, I got privilege, fuck all my own credentials, is a fool, dude. Having a thin body in and of itself is no privilege. You still have to go to work. You still have to pay the bills. Nobody's giving you the key to the city or making you the CEO of the corporation because your belly fat percentage or belly fat went down or some nonsense, okay?
But you do need to acknowledge it.
For you to show an outward display of aggression towards this person that did the thing that you cannot do is so transparent. Nobody's watching this video and thinking, you know what? Thin people do have privilege. People are watching this video and being like, you know what? That chick sure is bitter and jealous of that other chick, and it sure is showing a lot. And it would be better if she didn't upload anything at all. Or if anything, just upload something being like, all right, I was wrong. When you work hard and you get the results of your hard work, that's not privilege, actually. That's actually rewards for the hard work that you put in yourself. That would have been the best response to that.
And it's important then to take that privilege and make sure that you advocate for others who do not have that privilege.
No. What's important is that you take care of yourself and I take care of myself. And if what you're doing to take care of yourself isn't working out for you, then you will suffer the consequences of that alone. It's not important for me to advocate for you or anybody else on this planet. My job is not to advocate for you or for anybody else.
Because when you do have a position of power...
Okay, you're saying that this person has a position of power now because they lost weight. Dude, this is getting more ridiculous as we get to the end of this. There's only like 3 more seconds in this thing, and I can't even believe it. It's getting more ridiculous with each passing second. You thin people and all of your power. Like, dude, I'll try not to hurt anybody with all my power. I'll get charging up my energy field because I'm thin. It's not working. Hey, you go do stuff. Okay, nobody's listening. Yeah, people are just looking at me like I'm a jerk off. So, I don't know how much power you think that thin people have. Like I said, they don't give you the key to the city. Like, hey, this man is thin. People just come up behind you, drape you in a robe and put a crown on your head and shit and start leading you off to a life of luxury. You know that there's a lot of thin people on this planet, right? There's not enough life of luxuries to accommodate all of us. Use my power. If I could only use these powers for good, the power of thinness that I have. I'll try, man. I don't know, but there's a lot of responsibility that comes with the power of thinness. I'll have to convince all my thin allies, my thin comrades, to work with me to free my fat comrades from the shackles of oppression that they have placed on themselves. So what we're going to do is make equipment that works your muscles for you, and then you'll lose the weight, and we'll free you from the oppression that you put onto yourself. Power.
You need to use it for good. Hope this cleared things up. It was kind of a lot to type, so there you go.
Yeah, that cleared things up for me quite a bit. I did not realize the amount of power that I hold in my very hands. With great power comes great responsibility. I expect each and every one of you to use this power only for good and only to help liberate your fat brethren. And if you did the hard work to lose the weight, shut up. That wasn't hard work. You're privileged. Little rich boy, I bet your mom and daddy bought you that weight loss, didn't they? Oh, wait, no, that's not how any of that works. Okay. Anyway, that about does it. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing. And I'll see you in the next one.